You to all feel welcome at tonight's staged reading. I'd like to also remind you to please turn off all electronic beeping things. Cell phones, pagers, watches, anything that might distract. And I'd also like to tell you that there will be a 10-minute intermission, and the evening will be ended with refreshments, and you can feel free to mingle and chit-chat about the show. Thank you very much. The Three Dinosaurs, a musical play by John William Morgan. Act 1, Scene 1. A pool room. Henry and Will are talking together as they watch Jake shoot.
Watch this shot. Come on, Henry, stop blathering. It's your shot.
Like I was saying, Will, you'll never go anywhere if you stay around Norwich. There are no jobs, no girls, and no cinema. It's 1939 and we don't even have a phone in this joint. It's time to make a change. You'll end up being like Dad, working the hardware store all your life with nothing but bills and people owing you money to show for it.
We're not all as smart as you, Henry. And anyways, what's wrong with nails? I like nails.
Are you two ever gonna shut up and play or what? At this rate, we'll have to pay for an extra hour just to finish this one game.
Now, Jakey. Just because you didn't keep that roll going. What was it, 25?
No, 30.
Okay, well, 30 points. No reason to get upset. After all, listen to our brother. We've got the best of all possible worlds here. So why not enjoy the game? Life is such a bowl of cherries here among our spreading trees. Wander in the back roads, up on Pine Hill roads, or enjoying the company of you two.
Sure, it may not be exciting if going to the city is your thrill. I prefer to relish simpler things in town, and that includes a game of two of pool.
You will find things popping, especially around 2. Miss Sally, she strolls around the town. Then she stops at our house, nods towards the sky, and she says she thinks that it might rain.
What's the use of us complaining? Nothing changes in our town. There's a certain comfort knowing you belong, knowing who are equals and those less fortunate. Things were set in motion long before our birth, and that's the way they'll be when we have gone. The world is moving all around us. Look and see if it's not true. Think of just the airplane or the phonograph. Soon we'll all get phones, it's not a dream.
I can understand those changes. I would even say they're good. Most things now discovered, nature's understood. Soon the place will settle as it should.
I'm not sure you're right there. Henry's got a point. The world's a different place than you suppose. Maybe though it's better to stay among the sticks, where everybody knows the basic plan.
Life is still a bed of roses, prickly as a thorn that smells so good. Brothers all will face it, one for all, that's neat. Let's finish up this game before we're dead.
Well, whose shot was it? Oh yeah, it's mine. There. See what you can do with that, Will.
You haven't left much, that's for sure. Let's see. Well, I'll try this. Darn, -2.
Okay, let me see.
What are we doing tonight?
Helen and I were thinking of going to that bridge game at the church. The IODE's putting it on.
Yes, I heard about it.
Damn, that was a nice setup. Let's see. 2 + 8 -2. Okay, I'm still winning. I've got 38.
38, my eye. It's 36. You lost 2 on the snooker in the corner.
No, I believe I took off the points. Henry, don't you remember?
No, I was talking with Will. Oh, look what the cat dragged in.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Helen.
I brought an old friend from school by, Heather Wong. This is the bunch I was talking about. Henry, Will, and that's Jake over there. Heather was at Normal with me in Toronto. Heather's aunt and uncle own that laundry store at the end of the block.
I know the one. Heather, right? I'm Jake. Our dad owns the hardware store.
I know. Helen was just telling me about you guys.
I hope it was all good. Would you like a coffee?
Yes, thanks.
How do you take it?
A little cream and sugar, please.
Coming right up.
So, you guys are playing pool?
Actually, it's snooker. We play a little. Do you know how?
My brother showed me how, but I haven't played in a long time.
We're trying to get our brother to finish this game. Excuse me for a moment.
How long do you think you're going to be here for?
I'm not sure. At least a month. My dad wants me to help my uncle. He's a little sick. My aunt and uncle don't have any children, and they're getting old.
And what about, what's his name, Scott? Are you still going with him?
Kind of. My staying here is going to be a test to see how serious he is. My father didn't like me going with a Canadian boy anyway.
Well, I'm glad you're here. It's going to be like old times again.
When was the last time you were in Toronto?
Not since our graduation. I've been stuck in this burg since then. I really do miss the big city. What a time we had. You remember the tea house on Spadina?
Sure.
I really liked Sunnyside. I think that's what I miss the most here. Oh, also the theaters and, well, basically everything. When I wandered anywhere, I found myself at home. In my dreams I see her there, so very much alone. Toronto, my Toronto, where do you stay? Toronto, my Toronto, snug beside the bay. There among your spreading trees, your parks and all your streets, leaving, coming, ever changing, ne'er to be complete. When in youth I came to visit, now it seems a dream. With those streetcars bustling, people, buildings tall and lean. Down in Rosedale, up on Leaside, many twinkling lights. Beaches, valleys, hills, and forests. Interesting sights. Toronto, my Toronto, where do you stay? In our dreams and in her shadows, set there by the bay.
Oh, thanks. What do you guys do around here anyway?
On Fridays, there's a dance down in Delhi. Jake has a band and we go there just to please him. And there's a cinema there too. It's a long drive, especially in the snow.
Ooh, how far?
Oh, it's got to be 10 miles, eh?
I think it's about 12. It takes about a half hour.
Oh,
What do you do?
I'm a teacher. There aren't a lot of jobs right now, though, eh?
Tell me about it. Henry's a teacher too, and he's been looking.
So I'm just trying to...
Would you like to play? These guys don't seem interested anymore.
Sure, but you're going to have to show me how. It's been a long time.
Can I speak to you a moment? I said I was sorry.
And I accepted it.
And are you still mad at me?
I'm not. But you were late, though.
Holy mackerel, you see what I mean? You never accept it, even when I apologize.
Come on, this is silly. Let's not argue. Let's just talk over here.
How long will you be here for?
At least a couple months, maybe longer, depending on my uncle.
What's your impression of our town so far?
It's not Toronto, but I don't mind it. It seems kind of pretty at night.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been anywhere else, but it seems a good place to live. You got any family?
2 brothers, and I was born the youngest.
Just like me. I'm the youngest child, too.
It makes you feel special, eh? Like you're surrounded?
That's for sure. When anyone wants to boss someone around, it usually ends up with me. I suppose it's different for you being a girl and all.
No, not really. It's the same for me.
Strange to me, you seem so nice and free, a little flower in bloom, so much alive. In our town there's no one just like you. It seems to me you are so very beautiful. I've been looking for someone just like you, someone to share my dreams and my ideas. You're so pretty, I want to touch your hand, to hold you close, to talk with you. At this time, my doubts have all gone away. I feel so powerful, so fresh and clean. From now on, you'll see much more of me, and I will try my best to get your heart.
Well, your smile is so gently made. You make me think I belong. Strange that I would feel attracted to you. We're worlds apart, you and I feel your eyes. Do they see what I feel? This is the first time I felt. Could you sing my song, or could I sing yours? Will luck ever give us a chance? Until now I've only watched my friends as they were asked a question or two. Don't you see that I am willing to try? Should I be so bold or wait for you? Willing am I to try my luck. I cannot foresee where I'll get carried to. Joyous am I to find you here and now.
Let's go
Arm by arm and see what fate provides.
Act 1, Scene 2. The store, with barrels, account cards on the counter, a grandfather clock, and a bell on the door which rings when customers come in. There is a large cash register, large scale, large picture of a stern man over the door. This is a couple of weeks after Scene 1.
I wanted to say so much more to you last night.
I had a very nice time.
So did I. What do you think of my brothers?
Jake doesn't seem as serious as you.
That's true.
A very different fish from Henry, I think, but they're both real gentlemen.
Henry's the oldest. You gotta remember that. After Mom died, he tended to pick up the slack around the house.
He seems so stiff.
No, he's not like that at all. You've only just seen one side of him. It's just that Dad's been putting a lot of pressure on him lately to get a job.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to criticize him.
No. I wasn't taking it like that. It's just that a lot of people get the same impression when they first meet him. Dad's like an old dinosaur. Sometimes something sprung up from the last century. He wants to be the boss, and no forgetting. Sometimes Dad is insensitive, as if Henry could just snap his finger and find something.
What about you, though?
Well, I'm pretty simple. I'll work the store all my life, just like Dad and Grandpa. I try to greet each day the same, a precious garden to be tended, to feel the sun, to smell the rain. With people I love, happiness around, not a smile or a glance today. This rule I do attempt to live, with peace and with a touch of gladness, by busy lanes and quiet ways, a tolerant view, moderation too, perseverance through our times. We're blessed in many ways, with health and family, alone or in a crowd. We find our way with all of you. So join hands and let us sing of life and love. We'll leave our cares for them who think so much, and if there's work to do, let me help you. Together we'll all come through this lovely world. So when to our beds we go, and think and pray for our tomorrow, not of gold, nor yet of power, but think on the one through whom we're one, and trust that he'll smile on us too.
I better get going. When are you taking a break?
I'm not sure. How about coming back later? Stay in a couple of hours?
I don't give a damn. It doesn't look right. I'm not prejudiced, but you've got to play by the rules or else.
You are so pompous sometimes.
What are you guys arguing about?
I was saying that I don't agree with people marrying out of their own group. People should stay with their own kind. Jake was saying it's the modern thing.
People usually do stay with their own kind, but it's nothing to get worked up about. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly what I was saying. Why get worked up?
I'm not worked up. But things like that don't seem right to me. I want the world to be just as it is pleases me. Flowers, they don't bother me. Trees, fish, birds, or the bees. You say it's filthy, not green. You want to clean it for me, or you despair of the scene, and you believe it's not real. Why not enjoy the show? Get along, don't destroy. Trust that the reason is true. Have all the faith you can steal. Then you and I will agree and live in harmony.
What about faith? Remember, the church says love everyone equally.
Come down to earth. That stuff we try to live up to, we have to live down here on the real earth. People will notice. You don't see a cat and a dog hanging around each other.
What about Fluffy?
Get serious.
Okay, we aren't animals. The good Lord put us on the earth together. The least we can do is get along.
Getting along is one thing. I've got nothing against that. It's marrying or having kids I'm talking about.
What about dating? Is dating all right?
No, I don't think dating is good. Because you don't want to put matches with gasoline. I just don't see where that would lead to except trouble.
I'm not breaking up anything, am I? I wouldn't want to get into any important political discussion. Did you say 2?
Oh, damn, I'm sorry. I wasn't watching the clock. Why didn't you say something, Henry? I told you I had to go
Forget it
by
now.
2.
It's too late to go. You'd forget your head if it wasn't screwed on. Just go on with your conversation.
And it was just arguing about the wrong ways of different people mixing.
And was he for it or against?
No, that's not the way we do things here.
What if you want to?
We all have to do things we don't like to do. I had to stop university to go to normal.
You remind us of that at every chance. And you stopped because of money, not because of love.
If God had wanted us to live together, he would have created one continent.
Maybe that's why the airplane was invented.
That's right. It's meant to be. We should all jump on a plane and flip from one country to another, making babies and having fun.
You can joke about it, but I'm being serious.
I'm being serious too. North America is a brand new world. All sorts of people are coming here. Your views belong to the old ways. Look, even in a small town like Norwich, we have Italians, Dutch, English, and French, and even Chinese.
I'm sure we can find something nicer to talk about. What are we doing tonight?
What about a book reading at our place?
Sounds great to me. What about you, Henry?
Hi.
Hi.
I don't know. I have a job interview in Tilsonburg. Maybe a job. I won't be sure until I get back.
I might be busy too.
Anyway, I gotta be going. See you guys later.
So do we, if you don't mind. But I promised to help Helen's mom with her fence. See you later, Heather. Come on, Helen.
Bye.
Boy, I'm glad they're gone. It gets so stifling living in a small place like this sometimes.
Why? What happened?
No, nothing.
Come on, you can tell me.
It's just Henry. He doesn't think people who are different should see one another.
I wouldn't have suspected something like that. He's so educated.
It's got nothing to do with books. It's got something to do with the life being a game.
A game? It's no game, I can assure him of that.
I don't mean to get you upset about things like that.
You should get a little upset about things like that.
It's only his point of view. And I can't believe everyone else is like that.
It's not you, it's Henry.
You're a lot different than any of the other girls around here.
Not really. It's just the outside of me you're talking about. Inside, I'm as ordinary as any of the other girls.
I can talk to you, and you'll listen. In a way that's different. I can explain my thoughts, and I don't feel like you'll laugh.
What would there be to laugh at? I do know what it's like to feel all alone. All cooped up with no one to talk to and no place to go. All my life it's been, Heather do this, Heather do that. Heather, nice girls don't say that.
I've been told the same. The neighbors will think this, your family expects that. It just came to me last night. I was sitting in my room with the door shut, and I suddenly realized no one could hold me in this room if I wanted to leave. You have no idea how free it made me feel. I could open the door and go anywhere I wanted to go. Do anything I wanted to do.
That's some freedom. I envy you. I don't have that kind of freedom.
Then I was thinking what to do first, and I thought of you. And I wanted to see you and let you know. I'm lucky I found someone like you. I could write a dream, could sing a dance when I'm with you. You are so graceful. Would you be mine? What more can I say? What can I do to be with you? Could you feel the same? Is this a dream?
Will I feel the same? I feel so light. I feel so safe with you by me. I could light the moon, embrace the stars when I'm with you. Can't you see my heart pound? Can't you see my eyes shine?
This is not a dream. No need to pinch, no need to blush. I'm here with you to stay. gentle hand,
I
and
do
with one
belong,
thought,
attracted to why all I need is to remember you.
Act 1, Scene 3. On the street, Will and Henry are playing catch. Heather and Jake are talking.
What's the matter?
Helen, she said she doesn't want to see me anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. You guys always seem to be breaking up and getting back together again.
Yeah, but this time it's for real. She gave me back the bracelet I gave her.
Well, you know Helen, she has quite a temper.
I don't know what to do or say to her. Standing here like a pumpkin, wondering what to do. Heard a tune we called our very own. I've tried so hard to please her, her needs to satisfy. Nothing seems to work, I don't know why. Lately jokes were made which now seem cruel. Words were used which were not true. Why do thoughts invade our minds when happiness lies just outside? I believe she is the one I can love forevermore, sharing good times with the bad. Loving and worrying plague me, my mind is all a-roar. Maybe I'll give up, she's shut the door.
You should tell her that.
I can't.
How could you have missed? It was right on the button.
darn. I took my eye off the ball for a second, and that's all.
You never concentrate. Come on, Jakey. Are you gonna play? Okay, well, let's go. Hit 1, hit 2, hit 3. Great catch, way to go. Let's break and get some drinks. So, how's it going, Heather?
All right.
What kind of games do you play?
We mainly played baseball when I was a kid, and a little bit of volleyball when I was back in secondary school.
I've never seen a real game of volleyball before. Usually it's played at the beach.
In Toronto, the guys play it too. It can be really rough depending on how good the players are.
Hi, Helen.
Hi. I just had a few errands, and since I was up at this end of town, I thought I'd stop.
Fine.
So, what kind of things are there to do in Toronto on a day like this?
Lots and lots of things. You could go to Sunnyside and walk in the sand.
Or go over to the Kew Gardens and see the flowers. They're so beautiful in the fall.
Sometimes I'd like to wander downtown. There's so many people there, it just makes you feel so alive.
But what about Chinatown? What's it like there?
We don't live downtown. My family has a home in Rosedale. It's a long way from Chinatown, but I expect they do the same kind of things that we do here. After all, a lot of people from my background have been there since the 1870s.
No kidding. Our family came here about the same time.
On our father's side, at least. Our mother's side was here longer. They're UEL people.
Helen was telling me about your mother. Was she really that popular around here?
She died a couple of years ago, suddenly. She got pneumonia and her fever went right up. Before we knew it, she was gone.
It doesn't seem that long.
She was very light. For her funeral, the whole town closed down. I can remember it like yesterday. Hold her still, my mind, won't you? Thoughts in many different ways. Smells and tastes and little sayings. Often, watch me caring as I grew up. Wipe the sweat from off my brow. Dusting me when needed dusting. Often. Clothed in sunshine, Mom, I will carry your picture with me. Rocking in your chair or with spoons in your hands. Talking with me then, you were once my best friend. I owe a debt I can never repay. Things all seem so clear, did you never have doubts? Anger must have come, but I never have seen. I try to act the way you would want me to do. And so this verse is to show my love for you.
So long ago.
I remember Mrs. Williams. She ran our church group.
I'm so sorry.
Henry, could you run me down to Delhi? I have to pick up some fabric at Christie's.
I'm not doing anything this afternoon, but are you sure they're open?
I checked. They don't close on Wednesdays like everyone else.
Okay, sure. What about you, Jake?
No thanks. I was going home to write a couple of letters.
Well then, we might as well get going now, if that's all right.
Fine. See you, everybody.
I'll be going too. Bye, Heather.
So, what do you want to do?
Nothing. Let's just sit here for a while. It's so peaceful in the sun.
You have the most beautiful eyes.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
You're making fun.
Come on, just kidding.
I feel so lucky having found you.
It's this darn depression we have to thank. It's forcing all sorts of changes.
You've got a point there.
Things that would have been unthinkable a few years ago are almost possible today.
I know what you mean. Do you think it's for the better?
I haven't made up my mind. This is a long way from where I expected to be. I'm not sure of where it's going.
I thought a lot about us. I know that it's right. Sooner or later, my family will come around.
Have you spoken to your dad about us yet?
I meant to last night. But just when the time was right, Jake walked in asking for some money, and that was it. I promise I'll mention it tonight.
You can't keep putting it off. It is important to us. After all, I've spoken to my mother. She said as long as I was happy, I should do what I believe in.
It's different here. After all, our family has been around here for 100 years. Everybody knows us.
Have you changed your mind?
No. It's just that it's hard. Things are changing, I know that, but here things change a little slower. I just have to find the right moment.
The right moment will never be just right, and it's more than that anyway. It's important for us that things are out in the open.
Remember, I don't need my dad's okay, you know.
You're the one that said your life was controlled by him.
I meant the store.
But that's what I mean. If it's that important to you, you'll say something.
I don't have to stay here forever. I can leave. There's a lot of things I can do, even if he says no.
You're really making this into something that maybe it's not. It's never as bad as you think it is. Trust me. These kinds of things are part of it all. You said you did love me, and that's all that's important.
I do. I really do.
I believe you.
So strange to me.
Binds me to you.
So nice and free.
Lines on my thoughts. Sends me away.
one like you.
There was just one. Now
So beautiful.
there are two. So
My
gentle.
would hand.
I
And
do
with one
belong,
thought,
attracted to why all I need is to remember you.
Act 1, Scene 4. In the home, Henry and Helen are sitting on the couch, gazing at one another.
I never knew you liked Fred Astaire.
There's lots of things you don't know about me, Mr. Smarty. Just because you've grown up near me doesn't mean you know everything. Feelings made of words lack comprehension. Sentiment so fragile to express. Love is like a many varied garden, filling space with color and with scent. In my youth I followed many feelings, sure the path I trod on was the best. Savored special moments with a passion, filling out the one that I am yet. Life like an ever-rushing torrent, carrying your boat with all the rest. Castles in the sand built with attention, raised by forces greater than I am. Years from now I know I will recount this, knowing how you gave me confidence. Now I have a reason, let me say why. You're the one who's special. You're the best.
Sorry. Where's Will?
He's upstairs. Do you want me to get him?
Is something wrong?
My dad called last night, and boy, was he mad. I hadn't told him about us, and he said I was going to have to come home at once. I just don't know what to do.
I'm so sorry to hear that. You're my best friend, but you know that around here in a really small town, this kind of thing's very difficult.
I just don't know what to do. What am I going to say to Will?
What's the problem? I heard you talking.
Will, what are we going to do?
Excuse us.
What's the problem? I'm sure whatever it is, we can handle it.
Oh, Will, I just don't know what to do. My uncle was in touch with my dad, and I have to leave town.
What? You're kidding. When is that?
He said I have to leave right away, like today, now.
But why? I thought everything was all right.
Everything was all right until my uncle stuck his nose in my business. My mom was going to speak to Dad, but now everything's ruined. I just don't know what to do.
Would it help if I spoke to your father?
Heavens to Betsy, no. That's the last thing we should do.
Geez, guys, I just found out. What a bum thing to happen. What are you going to do?
I don't know what to do. I didn't expect to meet someone like Will, that's for certain. But how can I let my dad down? And he wants me home.
But you know what that means to us.
I know.
But
I've got to get back to Toronto.
what am I supposed to do?
You're so different than the boys I've met. I love you so much, but I have to.
Dreams are what he had, built out of brick, but built of sand. Dreams are what we're left.
Accept your fate.
Memories to
How
carry. I see that you're hurt. What can I do to ease your pain? Hold me in your
Accept your
measure.
fate. Accept your fate.
Did want you to.
My soul go.
Where and say go here. Parents say do that. What am I to think? Do I have the right? Now we have the proof that love's a fool, unkindly blind. Where's the help believed in? Now you need it most. Life, it is a date, a force unknown, may be called fate. Live it to the fullest. Trust your destiny.
Act 1, Scene 5. The store. Henry and Jake are playing a game of checkers.
I thought Will was supposed to be here by 2.
He's not. Let's play another game anyway.
Okay.
No.
I just got a call from Heather. She arrived back in Toronto. She doesn't sound very happy.
No kidding. Wonder where Will is.
Well, what are you staring at? Haven't you seen a soldier before?
But,
What the hell has come over you? What have you done? Have you told Dad?
I just left him, and he said he was proud of me.
When did...
Yesterday afternoon. I ran down to Simcoe and joined up. In fact, I'll be in the same unit as Mark Armstrong.
that'll be nice. But you could have told us before. I mean, then we could have been prepared for this.
Well, I made up my mind, and that was it. All was done. No sense waiting around this dump. It's now or never. Things have to be done. Now it is the time to shoulder the load. Fights yet to be fought and miles to go. Sat waiting for life to send me there to answer the call. Now I had seen for me to go. Life is a struggle for goals unknown to me. Just let me serve my company. Thought I had some answers. What did I know? I was a fool, willing to follow my heart. I was alone. Now parts will come to me. Freedom has flown. No more a pawn of my dreams. I wanted to.
I've been thinking about it myself. Boy, do you look great in those clothes.
You know, things will never be the same here.
Sometimes you just have to, Henry. It's the only way.
Act 2, Scene 2, the street. To show time has passed, Jake has a mustache, Henry's hair is different, and Will has glasses. Will and Jake enter. They approach behind Henry, who is addressing a crowd in the other direction.
Boy, things have really changed. It all reminds me of going into a bedroom you lived in as a kid.
It's changing all over. I hardly recognize the old house. Everything looks so small.
Let's all sing hymn 192. It's not the God of war we want to praise today. It's not the sacrifice nor noble deeds. You come from far away to pray with us today. You served us to protect with valiant feats. Now is the time to think of ones who want here they gave their all. Let us think of everyone. Words fail me to say how badly I feel. I wonder, can we learn from what we've done? They are our heroes now. They shed their blood for us. Thank God you're safely home among us here. I pray that with the war we will find peace on earth and never try our youth this terrible way. Now everyone remain standing for a moment of prayer. Let us bow our heads. Dear Lord, we are gathered together here for the first time in many years and at peace. And with us are gathered the many brave lads of our town. Not to be forgotten, however, are those lads who will not return.
I wonder how long this is going to take. You know we haven't eaten yet.
It shouldn't be too much longer.
And so we give thanks for our fine country. God save the King. Amen. Don't forget the dance at 7 p.m. at St. Stephen's Hall. Fireworks have at 10. Have fun. See you there. Well, I was expecting you this morning.
We had to get a cab from London. We missed the train at 8, and there wasn't another one until tomorrow.
Doesn't the train stop here anymore?
No, not since 43. It was part of the economizing drive. And after the war, the train seems to have forgotten us altogether.
Hi, guys.
Heather, well, I'll be a son of a gun. You look great. Doesn't she look great, Will?
She sure does. What are you doing here?
My uncle died last year.
Jeez. I'm sorry to hear that.
And my aunt is having a hard time of it, so I try to get up as often as I can to help her out. What about you? Are you staying in town or what?
I guess so. I'll probably take back over the store as soon as I get settled in. Dad is pretty tired out now, having to run it for the past few years alone. It was just so hard for him to get help.
And what about you, Jake?
I'm not sure. I have a buddy in L.A. who keeps telling me about the jobs there. I might hang around here for a bit and see what I can find. I suppose I'll help Will out, but I'm not sure if I want to stay.
Boy, everything's changed.
A few things have changed. The traffic light at the corner.
And they've started paving the road past the cemetery.
And here's someone else you'll recognize.
Helen.
Sorry you couldn't make our wedding.
So am I. Here's a belated kiss and best wishes for you, Helen. Oh. What are you doing now?
Minding the house. The school board doesn't allow us both to work.
You're kidding.
Nope, that's how it works. We can work in the war, vote, have children, but both can't work in the school. Something about the number of jobs for men. What about you?
Oh, I'm looking for something right now. I'm staying with Uncle Frank. I haven't quite made up my mind.
And I'm back at the store, of course.
Have you all noticed how things are changing? I mean, everyone is leaving. Don't you find it sad how things have changed here? Marring families. Would you say that they'd improve? Look around and see people rushing ever in a hurry, moving like a breeze. Maybe I was born too late. Maybe it's me. So I will think of those times, remember those days when we partied in the dark. Nobody had money to burn, no need to watch out for all those things now that it's gone. What can I say? I hope you will believe. My thoughts and prayers go with you, and friends I'll always be. How I wish that war had never happened and I could change the times. Other choices I would make, other actions left undone. We are pawns of times that we are born in, powerless with our fate. As I said, I'll not forget my friends of yesteryear.
Act 2, Scene 2. At the store. Basically the same decor, except with the addition of a telephone on the counter.
Yes? I know we said it would be here, but the place we buy it from in London won't have it till next Wednesday. No, there's no place else. Yes, I'll let you know as soon as it comes in, all right? Thank you. You know, I don't see how this bloody phone is an improvement. Letters and visits do the same thing.
Yeah, everyone's in a hurry now. Almost all the folks have a car and a phone. There's no time to think. What do you think of Jake working in the States?
There aren't many jobs around here, and no girls. It could be worse. You know, in the States, they're all the same. The Americans are all the same. Show-offs. In England, we had a terrible time being mistaken for them. There were lots of fights, especially at the dances. I don't know if I would want to work down there.
Hi. Seen Jake?
No, but he's supposed to be here right about now.
Good, I'll wait, okay?
This really brings back memories. It's the smell I like. The soap, the leather, the sawdust.
Isn't it something having a phone in here?
It's become a necessity to do business anymore. What once was a luxury, it's hard to believe.
Will, could you get me something, or are you busy?
What can I get for you?
Mom wants a pound of beeswax.
Coming right up. I hear it's supposed to rain tonight.
We can only hope. Are you going to be home this evening, Henry? The Shaws were saying they might pass by.
The Churchwardens are having a meeting about fundraising.
Again.
So I'll be late.
That's all right. I can tell Louise to come some other night.
There you go, sis. But have you seen how dry it is around here? The tobacco leaves are starting to wilt.
I can still remember that summer where I picked tobacco. Good money, but it tore my hands apart. My skin came right off.
That's why you're supposed to wear gloves.
Is there anything else you need?
No, thanks. She asked if you could put it on her bill.
No problem. See you later.
Okay. See you at home, Henry.
Don't forget I've got to be going by 7. See you later.
That's another problem around here. No one has money anymore. We got people owing us from last April. It's really bad.
You've got to remember that these tobacco prices were really low for 2 years. With no other businesses around, how are people going to pay?
Dad should clamp down on the credit. He's the only one that can. But his heart's not in it anymore. Look at the clock. He'd usually have dropped in by now. Lately, it's been later and later.
Hey! You guys are famous. It says Jay Williams is visiting Mr. Williams for a week. Is that small town gossip or what?
That's nothing. And that's the problem in a small town like this. Everyone knows your business whether you want them to or not. Even if they get it wrong, they know.
It's the price you pay for having fun. At last. Here comes the relief.
Everybody, anything special?
You're late.
Hi, Helen. Heather.
You're late, as usual. And see you after lunch.
Don't forget, I've got to get going by 2.
Don't worry. You'll be there in plenty of time.
So you have to go to London?
I hope you don't mind me hitching a ride, but I need some medicine for my aunt.
No problem. I have this job interview at the Free Press. I don't expect to get it. I'm not even sure I want it.
Why? What's the matter?
My friend from the Navy lives in L.A. His dad has offered me a job there starting at $75 a week.
You're kidding. $75? I wouldn't even think about it. Why don't you accept?
Life is good here. It's my country. My grandfather and father came from around here. I always figured that the only people who have money or people who are desperate went to the States.
You shouldn't be so concerned. I bet you'll fit in there like a glove. You're a really nice guy, Jake, and you'd get along anywhere. Nobody really needs you here anymore. If life is such a bowl of cherries, why are you among the stems? Once you were a lifeline tied onto a branch, an essential part of all that was. Then you left to find your fortune, far from all our families. Playing little soldiers, sailing the 7 seas, doing all the things that you have done. Everybody knows the pits grow into trees, stems remain the way they're meant to be. How could you have known things would change so much, leaving you behind so obsolete? Now the good jobs have been taken, everybody's moving 1, 2, 3. Why not find your fortune under southern skies? You'll not be forgotten, that you realize. You will find your own sun, swing an ocean's breeze, sail into your stars confidently.
You know, Heather, you're a really good person. I've been meaning to say something to you about you and Will.
Don't worry about that. It's the past. We have to look forward, you and me. We can't hang on to our past like dragging an old garbage bag around.
That's the spirit. I agree. I'll find my fortune under southern trees, sailing on to somewhere confidently.
Act 2, Scene 3. At home, a picture of the boys on the mantel, and a new picture of Dad with his new wife.
I think my New Year's resolution will to be swear off this beer. Yes, if I keep going at this rate, I'll be broke before I'm 40. It's funny. You try to do all the right things, but nobody really prepares you for being 32. Each day I've tried to be the same, applied myself and not complained, and yet I'm older, alone, forgotten. With life passing by, my pain wants to cry. No wife by my side, I'm so bored. The war took me away and limited my choices. So now I'll work as just a clerk and waste away just like my dad. It could have been a better life. I've heard all their fears, and all their fears became mine too, and all the thoughts of what I was turned in my head, becoming doubt. What am I saying? I'm just complaining. I should be glad with the memories I've had, so I will go alone, leaving those stones unturned, and pray again for my tomorrow. Each day I've tried so hard to be the things that others wanted from me, and yet I'm older without a home. My life passed me by, my pain, it does cry. No kids and no wife, I'm alone. Well, at least I've got the store.
What are you doing?
Oh, nothing.
Come on, let's go finish that game. Hey, Henry!
Sure, big brother.
You gonna play?
Sure, okay. Now let's see, I was here.
No, there.
Come on, let's not start that again. Remember you rolled that 8 and then I landed on Marvin Gardens? Remember?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You are here, and Will, it was your role, I think. Come on, Will.
Okay, let's go.
This is great. We haven't done this since 40. Everyone together? When we go to church, people are going to look. They're going to notice the Williams. I wish Mom was here. I don't mind Dad's new wife, but it's not the same. Thinking of her now brings a tear to my eye. Pungent memories crowd into all of my pores. Remembering those smells of the food on the stove. All the people visiting to be near to you. Too soon taken away, could you've lingered a day or so? Setting all the things you can see here around. What's the use to wish? It will never be true. Still, I wish you were here. Goodbye, my dear.
That's not 8.
It is 8. 1, 2, 3, there.
Yeah, but you started here.
No, he was on Park Place.
Oh, picking sides, I see. What can I do? No, I've got to tell them now. Nothing will be the same anymore. There's nothing here for me. If I stay here, I'll always be the second brother. There's no future here. Dreams have burned away like rusty leaves and left a scene of clarity to tantalize our sullen wit. of promise with a wizard's touch, a challenge and a final shock, to force us all to spread our wings. Where's our happy home? No longer home, it's just a place where youth was spent. Gone is happiness, security, simplicity. No one told me when, or told me why, or said go right. I am alone, adrift. I search the stars not long ago, but here and now. Dreams I wish I never dreamed. I wanted only certainty. Am I so really, really free? No, I'm going to tell them. That's all there is to it. Is it my turn? Okay, guys, I've got something to tell you.
Can't it wait until you've taken your turn? Why do you always have to stop when it's your turn?
No, it can't wait. Look, I've been looking for jobs and I can't find anything here.
Something will turn up. You've only been back a short time.
I've been back 3 months and there's nothing happening. Anyway, I've decided. My friend's father has offered me a job in LA and I'm taking it. It'll pay $75 a week.
Go on, doing what?
Selling music, no kidding.
When do you start?
I think I'll go next Wednesday.
Have you said anything to Dad yet?
No, I'll tell him after church.
It's never going to be the same. Henry's gone, now you.
Don't worry. We'll get together, and you'll have the store.
He's right, though. It'll never be the same. No more band or dances. But you do what you think is right.
And you know this is right.
Guys, let's go and grab a beer and celebrate.
I can't. I have to pick Helen up. Anyway, I don't particularly like that place.
Coming, Jake?
Okay, sure. Why not?
Dreams
I wish I'd never dreamed. I wanted only certainty. Am I so really, really free?
When did you get in?
I just got here a couple of minutes ago. I stopped off in Toronto to see a couple of my shipmates. Then I took the 12:15.
How are you?
No problems. How's business?
A little slow, but we have our health.
Oh, by the way, I heard.
Heard what?
Dad was telling me the store might get sold.
I don't know anything. I don't think so.
I don't know either. I thought you knew. I was speaking to Dad last week.
Well, it's new to me, and I should know. What's this?
What's what?
Jake was telling me that the store might get sold.
It's not certain. Dad's just thinking.
I don't understand. Why wasn't I consulted? How come you guys know and I don't? What's going to happen to me?
That's the whole problem. Dad said that the people he's been talking with want to change the whole kit and caboodle. And his problem is that he needs a certain amount of money for retirement. The store hasn't been able to generate that for the last several years. But the only ones interested in buying are the chains. They're buying everything in sight. You know the store's been losing for the past couple of years. Dad has been trying to make sure that they will keep you on.
Can I get some rope, Will?
Geez, I really put my foot into it.
It's not your fault. It all came up so suddenly, and Dad knew that if he talked to Will would blab it all over and get upset. Nothing's set yet. However, Dad's seriously thinking about it. How was the ride up?
Not bad. I flew into Toronto 2 days ago and took the train today. The flight was really rough, but a lot faster than the old method. The train was amazing. They seemed to stop a lot, and the dining car was only open for a couple of hours.
Yeah, they're saying that they're trying to discourage riders by cutting down on the service.
By the way, what are all the flags up for?
It's Orange Day next week.
Don't tell me Dad is still into all that old stuff.
Sure. He even wanted to join the lodge a couple of years back.
And what did you say?
No, of course. Who wants to be kept in a room with a bunch of old farts speaking a lot of mumble-jumble?
Is that all?
Yes, thanks. And she said put it on her bill. Henry, I'll be back in half an hour, so don't wander away.
I'll be right here. I'm not going anywhere.
Speaking of flags, I remember my first parade you took me to. I must have been 7 or 8. We all went down to Toronto with majorettes and everything. It must have been the Christmas parade.
We used to go all the time. Grandpa would come down from Delhi and we'd make a real outing of it.
And once I think we ran out of gas down by the river fork, and we had to walk 10 miles in the rain. But I don't remember Grandpa too well. He died when I was really young.
Well, when I was a kid, we used to go to his place on weekends. I remember once finding his old mason's apron and putting it on. Boy, when he saw me, did he ever lose his temper at me.
The years slip away, and suddenly you're old, whether that means 30 or so. Try pretending nothing matters, I'll disagree. That's only part of the story, you know. Memories, memories, that's true. Memories, rosy and blue. Things will happen somehow, just as they're happening now. The songs we once loved are no longer new, like the clothes we no longer wear. The world changes gradually, you'd almost not know then. You are a part of the past. Memories, memories we have. Memories, memories so sad. Pictures replenish our needs. Stills of the world unseen. Sometimes I really do miss those days. Look, why don't we go next door and grab a shake? Do you want one, Will? Come on, Henry, I'm treating you, and you know you better say yes.
Sure, okay. Tell Helen I'll be next door if she comes back any sooner, eh?
Okay.
Hi, Will.
Heather. Well, I'll be a son of a gun. What did you get here?
I just got in here this morning. I'm down for the weekend to help my aunt move some things. She's not been well after the death of my uncle, so she's going to come live with us down in Toronto.
Jeez. I'm sorry I heard she was sick, but I didn't know it was that bad.
What about you? Everything well here?
So-so.
Oh, what's the matter?
Well, they're going to sell this blasted store.
No kidding. When? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean...
When people take your destiny in their hands, sometimes they just don't think about that, eh?
Had her dreams, have sung or danced, but yet alone. Nothing more to say now. Everything to live for. Were they so unreal when we were young, so much alive? I still hold on to the memory of you.
Look, I've got to get going just now. I just wanted to stick my head in and say hello because I might not be back soon.
What? Can I get your number in Toronto, just in case?
Sure. Here, I'll write it for you.
As you can see, I might not be around here much too longer, too.
It's really nice to see you. Don't worry. I'm sure everything will work out. I've really got to get going. Take care of yourself. See you.
Take care of yourself. This bloody place chokes you, strangles all your feelings, makes you feel helpless, alone. Here there's no pretending, no place where to hide in, naked as how everything's shown. Want to run away now, want to be my own man, start a new life of my own. Had enough, can't take it, trapped in disillusion, end of my rope has appeared. She was a beautiful person. Then I had a chance of my own. Loved and appreciated, I would have won. Now I've got relative safety, winding out my life at 35. Some might complain, but it's alright today.
Act 2, Scene 5. Christmas at home. Enter Jake.
Were you going to finish that game?
A little later, okay?
Okay. I don't think Henry is going anywhere soon. Maybe I can get him to play. So when is the baby due?
Oh, about July 12th.
I'll bet you guys are pretty excited.
I can hardly wait. My mom and dad are so excited it'll be their first grandchild.
What do you want, boy or girl?
Oh, I suppose a boy, but either one really, as long as it's healthy.
Have you got any furniture yet for the baby? Maybe I can get you some stuff from LA. It's supposed to be a lot cheaper.
I wouldn't mind. Your brother can be a little cheap sometimes. We're still using some of those old orange crates for coffee tables. He thinks they look quaint.
I'll bet you're not used to this kind of cold anymore, eh?
Not really. It never gets below, say, 40 in LA. I never did like the winters here anyway.
Remember when we were young? The outhouse in the back of the house was so cold that when you had to take a crap, boy, did...
Do you have to use those words?
Sorry. It was so cold it would take the skin off you if you sat down. How do you like your new place?
It's great. Just outside the city. The only problem is the driving. Now, what about a game of hockey? I've been looking forward to this for weeks. Come on.
Okay. Okay, but just a short one, eh?
Did you get that notice yet?
What was that?
Oh, Will applied to the government for a job as a vet, and they're setting him up as a customs officer.
I asked for Toronto, and they gave it to me. Boy, I miss the good old days. Things were simpler. The guys and me, it's all gone. All gone. We're like dinosaurs. And we're not even old. Everything's gone, and no one cares. Will anyone remember? The years run away, and suddenly you're old, whether that means 30 or so. Try pretending nothing matters. I'll disagree. That's only part of the story, you know. Memories, memories, that's true. Memories, rosy and blue. Things will happen somehow, just as they're happening now.
The songs we once loved are no longer new.
Like the clothes we no longer wear.
The world changes gradually. You'd almost not know then. You are a part of the past. Memories, memories we have. Memories, memories so sad. Pictures replenish our needs. Stills of the world unseen.
Thank you very much, everyone. Please stay for refreshments and chatting with the playwright.